Hi everyone, welcome to HarboroughPilates at home. And for our final session of this first part of 2021, we're going to be doing some standing classes. So today's is a beginner's class, and then Wednesday we'll release the more advanced class. So let's get started. Standing up nice and tall, we'll have a general sort of warm up to start with. So thinking feet underneath those hips, knees are nice and relaxed, drawing in through your tummy, lifting up through your chest. From there, let's start off with a little shake of the hands and then circle one arm. We're going to keep circling around. Let your hips go with it as well. Circling backwards, opening out the chest and change to the other side. So round we go, circling round. Reaching up and round. Two more. There we go. And then both arms up and out to the side. Reaching up, out to the side. Getting those arms nice and warmed up. Here we go. Last one. Coming in, lifting up, stretching up through the waist. As if you're climbing up a rope ladder or something above you. Reaching up. 3, 2, 1. Good stuff. Come around. Let's go swimming. Up we come through the middle. Little bend of those knees and those hips. Round we go. Keep going for another. 3, 2. Last one. Up we come. Bring the arms round, down into the middle. Let's do our dumb waiters. So settle those shoulders down. I'm drawing in through my tummy. Keeping that back in that neutral position. Relaxing down through the shoulders. Big stretch up through the head. Okay. Reaching out. Gently squeezing the shoulder blades together. With the next one, we're going to go out wide. Fingertip to fingertip. And back in. And again. Stretch. And back in. Keep going. Trying to get as straight as you can. Some of you might be a little bit rounded forward, so your arms are a little bit forward, but try and lift up, keep straight. Last one. From there, let's just have a little stretch over it, and we're going around the world. Down we go to the bottom, up we come. So we're going to do like a figure of 8. Reaching over, circling round. Coming back up. Keep going. Over we go, round we go. Trying to get a little bit lower each time. Last one. So we get a bit too dizzy. Coming up and settling down. Okay, so we're a little bit more warmed up. Let's just have a little stretch around into our arm openings as well, getting our rotation going. Twisting through that upper body and back. Round we go and back. Arm openings long through the neck. So relax the shoulders down. And then we're going to take it a little bit lower and just flap around. Okay, so this is just loosening us up completely. Spinning us round a bit. So our hips are almost driving us, hips and shoulders. 3, 2, 1, and relax down in the middle. From there then, we're going to start off with a little bit of work through our feet for our balance. So having those feet underneath your hips. If you're not sure how to do it, pop your feet together, turn toes out, turn the heels out, and we're there. Drawing up through your tummy, stretching up through the head. From there, let's have a little lift onto our toes and lower back down. So if we think about it, we're taking our weight forward and then lifting up and lower back down. Okay? If you're a little bit rounded, as you come up, you'll tend to fall forward. So it's important to keep that string lifting us up towards the ceiling. So up we go and down we go. Keeping a nice straight line. 2 more. Weights go through all of those toes. Last one. Up we come. And down we go. And you can try that on different surfaces and for different effects. So if you're on a hard floor, And if you're wearing shoes, it's going to be easier than if you do it on something with a little bit more squidginess in it. Or, you know, if you want to take it to the ultimate, stand on a block of foam. Interesting, makes it good fun. Okay, so that's our simple one. Let's add a knee bending to that now. So we're going to lift up, bend the knees, drop the heels and come back up. So our little ankle series. Down and back up. Lift up, down and back up. Lifting up, we're going to go straight down, heels and back up, yeah? So I like to think of it sometimes like gallopers at the fair, yeah? You're going up and down a straight pole. Up you come, down you go, heels down. 2 more, up, bend those knees, heels. Last one, up we go, down, heels, and there. Have a little shake out, shake those ankles out. So that we did with our feet parallel. Let's try them now with our heels together, toes out. So a little bit like Charlie Chaplin, or a little penguin. And we're going to try and keep the legs jammed together. Now if you pull your legs together right from the top of your thighs, you'll feel your bottom working really firmly. So from there, let's try and lift up onto the toes and back down. We're opening out through the chest again, squeezing in through the tummy, through the bottom and down. If you pop your hands on your bottom, you should feel it working hard as you come up and lower back down. Okay, let's do 3 more. Up we come. And it's really difficult to keep the thighs together, the calves together. So if they come apart a little bit, don't worry. Try and keep them together. Okay, let's now go the opposite. So we're going to come up, we're going to add that knee bend, heels down and back up. And I think when you see yourself doing this movement, or see this movement in Pilates, you can see how old Joseph Pilates got some of his inspiration from working with the ballerinas. Okay, in the world of dance. I was rubbish at dance as a kid. Now I know a lot more about my body. And that's what Pilates is about. It's about learning how to work your body. Last one, up we go. Bend those knees, drop those heels and come back up. Have a little shake out again. So let's try it now in another position. So let's take ourselves a little bit wider into a wide stance, like a wide plie, and down we go. Let's start off going up onto our toes and lowering back down. Rise up on your toes and back down. Keep going, up and down. 2 more. Ooh, nearly lost it that time. Concentrate, Alison. Up we come, down we go. Good. Now, bend the knees, lift the heels, straighten up and down. So it's in the reverse to what we've been doing before. We get that knee bending to start with. Then we lift the heels, then we come up and we lower down. 3 more. Down, heels, reach and lower. 2. Last one coming up. So we bend, heels, come up, lower down and march it out. Big high knees, big toy soldier arms. Let those arms just really swing. 3, 2, 1. Come back into the middle. Feet parallel, holding up nice and tall. Let's go for a little squat and reach behind. So as you're doing this, you're drawing in through your tummy so that your back isn't too arched. So if I do it sideways, yeah, so we're going down. Don't have your bottom stuck out, have it tucked in, straight back and up, okay? Down we go. And up, down and up. Keep going for another 3, 2. We're going to be holding the next one. Come and face you forward and we're going to flap those wings. So we're drawing in through the tummy. Think about your shoulder blades, think about drawing them down towards your waist as you gently flap those arms up and down. Now if we were laying on our backs, you'd be in our hundreds position. So this is hundreds in standing, level 1. So keep flapping those wings. 5 as we breathe in, 5 as we breathe out. Okay, so this is level 1. Let's see if we can do level 2. So we're going to sway over to one side, bring toes, your heel up, so you balance on the toes of that other foot. Keep flapping away, you'll feel this leg working harder to support you. Keep drawing in through your tummy. 3, 2, 1. Sway into the middle and over to the other side. Check your tummy, is it drawn in? Think shoulders, drawn down towards your waist. Keep flapping away. For another 3, 2, 1. Back into the middle for the last 3, 2, 1. And gently up. Breath in. Breath out. And again. Breath in. Breath out. Reach up. Stretch back the other way. And float the arms down. So we're centered in the middle. Float the arms up. Knees are a little bit relaxed. We're leaning slightly backwards. And then we're pulling down through the ribs. Bring the arms back down. The arms aren't too close, yeah? You can see what happens if you bring the arms close. You're shrugging up through your shoulders, so keep them out nice and wide. Now, think, if we were laying down, what would we be doing? We'd be doing our double leg stretch. Yeah? So we can do that in standing as well. Reaching over, imagine you're leaning slightly over the back of a barrel or something. Pulling down through the ribs, bring those arms back down. Okay, 2 more. Over we go. Coming back down. Last one. Reaching over. Coming back down. Rest those arms down there. Have a little relax. Okay, I like to put my hands on my hips for this next one, just so I can feel where my body is, feel my tummy working, help keep my balance. We're going to have our feet level to start with, drawing in through the tummy. Make sure you're in that center position, so drawing in, dropping back, finding that middle. Sway over to one side. Okay, bring those toes up, lift that leg up and tap forward and back, forward and back. Now, the tendency can be to just sort of slump in the middle. Stay up nice and tall. If you stay up tall, you'll feel that you're working through that tummy just simply by standing tall. So we're tapping forward, we're working that balance, we're learning that movement. And it's just as walking. 2 more. But it's our one leg stretch in standing. Come back into the middle, sway onto the other leg. Let that supporting knee just be a little bit relaxed, drawing through, push through your tummy, through your transabs, and we're tapping forward, forward and back. Lift it up, keep going, for 4, 3, 2, last one, come back in. Have a little march out. Okay, so that was our level 1, one leg stretch in standing. We're going to do out to the side instead now. Okay, so drawing in, it's a little bit easier. We're stepping out and back in. So let's step out with a squat and back in. Squat and back in. So it's a one leg squat. If the squat is too much for you, just stand tall and do it. Yeah, but if you're feeling a little bit more adventurous, lean and up. Lean and up. 2 more. Last one. Come back into the middle. Let's go to the other side. So slightly soft knee, simple version. We're just reaching out to the side. If you want to go a bit more, we squat as we do it. Keep going. 2 more. 2. Nearly there. Last one. Coming back in. Watch it out. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So we've gone forward, we've gone out to the side. We're going to do one called scooter now, which takes our leg out backwards. So imagine you're holding onto a scooter and you're scooting away. So with this one, have a little dip, squat down. So we've got a soft knee. We're just sinking into our knees a little bit. Weight sways onto the supporting leg, and we really stretch out and back in. Reach out, back in. Now we're extending that leg so that our bottom should be working. Our thigh will be working as well. But really lead from the bottom. Okay, pushing it back. And again, push. Now if you're a bit too unsteady doing it, lifting it up, you can slide it backwards and forwards. Last one. Come back to the middle, have a little stand up. Little sink down, weight over to the other side, and onto your toes, and stretch back. Your nose and knee should almost be in line. That's where your weight is going over your foot to get your balance. Stretch back. Keep going. And again. Last one. Coming back into the middle and a little march out. Good stuff. So we've done some stepping forwards, sideways and backwards. The arms haven't done much, so let's add some arms into that. Okay, so as we step forward, bicep curl. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out to the side, side arms. 3 to go. 2, 1, and backwards. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's change leg. Biceps for 6, 5. You could use weights if you wanted to. 4, 3, 2, 1. Straight out to the side. 6, 5, 4. You don't need to do the squat down if you don't want to. 3, 2, 1, and backwards. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, nearly there. 1, and we're back into the middle. Well done, folks. Okay, let's march that out a little bit wider. Let the legs settle there. We'll do a little bit of upper body work in this wide squat position. So let's sink down for 4. Knees are turning out, coming back up. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Holding it there. Drop just your head and shoulders down. So the back is straight. Link your fingers, and it's our upper body stretch. Coming forwards, but then we're taking it into the offering. So as you come up, offer out wide. We're still in that squat though. Bring the arms down. Sink down. Pull out in front. Circle up. Open the arms. And we're round. Let's go down again. We're going to do 2 more. Reaching up. Opening out. Coming back down, and last one. Stretching away. Coming back up. Circling round. And coming back up. Okay? Overhead and back up. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding it there, hands on head. From there, we're going to do a little circle of the body. Circling forward and around. First to one side. Keep going for another one. And then let's go back the other way. Take it nice and steady, don't get too dizzy. Round we go. Curling round. 2 more. The thighs are working hard, keeping you in that squat. Last one. Come down to the middle, drop the arms, reach down to the floor, straighten those legs, and bring yourself back up into the middle. Well done. Have a little march out. So the legs have had a little stretch in that outward position. Okay, so we're back to legs again in this standing position. We're drawing in. We're going to have a go at our clamp. So if you imagine if we're lying on the floor, we've got our knees bent and we clam open. We'll do it with one leg sort of straight, just a soft knee again, drawing in through your tummy, lifting through your chest. Okay, your hands can go over your hips again to feel. Come onto your toe and we turn out and back in. So the toe stays on the floor, we work through the back of the bottom. Squeezing as we open and back. Squeeze open and back. 2 more. Last one. Lower that heel, let's go over to the other side. So soft knee, up onto the toes, lift up through the chest, drawing in through your tummy. Squeezing out, back in. Out we go, back in. Squeeze and in. 3, 2, last one. And come back into the middle. Have a little march out. You can keep your feet, toes on the ground if you want, just lift up your heels. Have a little march. Okay. We're just going to take that into something a little bit different. So from that position, come up onto your toes, we're turning the leg out, step out, step in and back in. Up, turn, step out, in, back in. Twist, out, in, back in. Twist, out, in and back in. Out, twist. Keep going for another 3, 2, we're going to have to do 4, 1 and 4. We're going to have it even on both sides. So that was taking us out. In the more advanced class, we're going to take that into a turn, out and lunge and back in. So it's just going to be slightly different, but that's preparing us for that type of sideways movement, weight shift type movement. Okay, so good stuff. Let's just have a go now at our one leg circle in standing. So we're thinking tall, hands on hips, okay? Come out into soft knee again. Remember we tapped out sideways and back. Let's do that in a circle. So you can tap it, yeah, or if you've got a slidey floor, you can slide round, or if you're feeling a little bit more adventurous, you can hover it above the ground. Let's do another few. Round we go and back in. This supporting leg is really working hard. You might feel it around the ankle, around the thigh, but keep that bottom working. Come back in. Let's try the other side. So, sway over, drawing in, lifting up, and come forward to the side, to the back, and in. Forward, side, back, and in. Or slide round, reach it forward, out, and back. Or we can hover it and bring it round. Reach, round and in. Lifting up tall through the body. Round we go. 2 more. Last one coming up. Round we go. And come back in. Have a little march out. Good stuff. Let's just have a little go at our mermaid, but we're going to do it in that wide position again. So from your wide plie position, go down and we're going to lean over. And we're trying to keep a nice straight line all the way over, a big straight circle. Come back up. Let's go the other side. So you're resting the forearm on that thigh, stretching over, come back. With this one, this underneath arm, just gently bring it through a little bit. So you're twisting through that upper body. Come back, and over we go to the other side. Twist through, back, and over, and again. Over we go. Twist, through, and again. Twisting, back. Coming back up. Have a little march out. Good stuff. We're doing well. Okay. We're just going to do one more set of exercises before we have a little bit more of a mobility for the trunk and stretch out. So we're going to finish off the main bit of the exercises by trying our swimming in standing. So if you think about it, when you're lying on the ground, we're lifting the arms up. We're going to be doing that, but in a slight squat position. So if we squat down through the knees, just sink, lean forward like we were for our hundreds in standing, but float the arms forward this time. Make sure the head and neck is in that nice straight line, so you're looking straight ahead, not up. Yeah, straight ahead towards the floor. And then we lift and lower. Lift and lower. And remember what we said about our double leg stretching standing. Don't have the arms too close together, or else you're going to get tension through those upper fibres of your trapezius muscles, your neck muscles. Out we go. We're drawing in through our tummy. Reaching down. 2 more. And then from there, lower those arms to the ground, stretch down to the floor, straighten the legs, and roll back up. Good stuff. Okay, so let's see if we can do our swimming legs then. So we squat down. Now, before we do that, if you find that this is a little bit too tricky, there are ways you can do it. So if I go sideways, we're going to be down, reaching forwards, weight going over, taking one leg out backwards and lifting and tapping. Now if that is too wobbly for you, fingers tips on wall. Yeah? So you can use the wall to just give yourself a little bit of support. If any of you have got foam rollers, I've got a foam roller here. You can do it nicely by just supporting yourself on that foam roller as you go out. Yeah? So there's things you can use to give yourself a little bit of support if you need to, okay? But if you don't need to, here we go. So, sink down, drawing in, reaching out, sway over to one side, stretch the leg back, we're reaching forwards with the arms. Take that leg and lift it up and tap it down. 6, 5, 4, I'm really squeezing from my bottom. 2, 1, and we come back up. So you should feel your bottom muscle, your glutes, tightening, one to support you, the other one to drive that leg up and down. Let's go for the other side. So sink down, reach forward with the arms, tighten through your tummy, weight transfers onto your supporting leg. Find that balance point first and then lift and lower. Keep going, 3 more, 3, 2, 1, and come back. Okay, well done. Fancy some more? Okay, for the next challenge then, we go down, we lift up, and as we lift that leg, opposite arm comes up and down, up and down, up, down. Now, other arm. So same arm, same leg. And finally, 6 alternates. 6, 5, drawing in through your tummy, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come in. That is a really tough one, folks, so if you need to have something to hang on to, please do. Yeah, or don't do the arms, or just do the arms and not the leg. Sink down again if you're joining in for this last one. Reach forward, weight on that supporting leg, and opposite arm and leg go up. 3, 3 on the same side. 6 alternates. 6, 5, 4. It's harder for me on this leg. 3, 2, 1, and come on into standing. Good stuff, folks. It's really quite a tough workout. Let's just have a relax through this trunk of this body, because we might be a bit tense everywhere from there. So a nice deep breath in, breath out, rest those hands on your head. Breath in, shoulders come up, breath out, shoulders come down, drop the head. Let's go into our dolphin dive. So we're curling up and stretching back out. Breathing out, we curl up and we stretch out. 2 to go. Okay, with this next one, we're going to curl up, and at that point, pop your hands onto your knees and to your thighs, stick the head up, and bottom comes up. If I go sideways, head's up, bottom's up. And then we tuck the bottom in and tuck the head in. And we reach out the other way. So we're doing our cat stretching standing. Reaching out, coming back in. Final one. Curl underneath, drop the arms down, lift the hips to the ceiling, and roll yourself back up. Lift it up nice and tall. Good stuff. So from there, we're going to do something similar, but we're going to do our thread the needle in standing. So breath in, breath out. Drop your head, bend the knees, support yourself on those thighs again. Take one arm, reach it up towards the ceiling, and then bring it down and through. And again, up we go, and down and through, and up we go. The last one, down and through. Come back to the middle, lower both arms, stretch the legs up tall, and roll yourself back up. Gather your blood pressure. Let the blood settle down to where it should be. Deep breath in, breath out. Let's go down again. From there, other arm this time. Opening out, coming across and through. And again. Out we go. Across and through. Last one. Cross and through. Big stretch. Come down into the middle, pop both hands on the ground, even if you've got bent knees. Then straighten one knee and bend it. Straight on the other and bend it. Keep tucked in, tuck yourself in tighter and tighter. I'm getting a sneaky hamstring stretch. My right's not too bad, my left says ow. And then both legs straighten. Bring yourself back up. Have a little shake out. Talking of stretching hamstrings, let's do that next. So if we go into our 1 foot forward, 1 foot back stance, we're going to sit back on this back leg. Toes are coming up towards us. Stick your bottom out. Lean yourself forward and lean forward through your chest. You'll feel it at the back of that leg. Stretching down, holding that position for 4, 3, really stretch, 2, 1, come on up. Weight goes on the front foot, take the back foot back a little way, and we'll stretch out that back calf. Have a breath in, breath out. Concentrate on that breathing now in that position. One more breath in. Breath out, lean further forward. And then let's change legs over. So, not so deep for the first bit. Sit back on that back leg, stick your bottom out, lean forward through your chest. We're stretching out that hamstring, so I'm doing my left legs in front, it's my left hamstring I can feel. And if you're a little bit wobbly doing this, you could be sitting on a chair with the heel out in front of you, sort of perched on the edge of your chair for a bit of support. And you're leaning down, feeling it through that back leg. If you lean with your chest, you'll feel more of a stretch than if you curl through your chest. 3, 2, 1, come on up. Weight goes onto that front leg. Take the back leg back a little bit further. The feet are parallel forwards though. Lunge over that front leg. And get your balance, get your breath. Breathing in. Breathe out, lean further forwards. And again. Well done. Come back into the middle. Have a little shake out. Good stuff. Okay. So we stretch the calves, we stretch the hamstrings. We're just going to do a little bit of inner thigh stretch. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot to the side. Lunge over that side leg. Bring the arms out wide into the warrior type pose if you do yoga. I believe. Don't do yoga. Twist to the front. Come back to the middle. Lean over that bent leg. Stretch fingertips down to your foot. Come back up. Slide down the other way. Keep that front leg bent though. Back we come. Change the feet round. Lunge over that front leg, so we're getting that inner thighs being stretched. Hips in place forward. Let's bring the arms out to help us. Breath in, breath out. Twist round to the front. Come round again. Lean over that front bent leg. Stretch fingertips to toes. Come back up, round to the other side. And bring it back into the middle. Little shake out. Good stuff. So feet are level. Thinking about that posture, so the knees should be a little bit relaxed. We should be drawn in a little bit there. Lifting up through the chest. If you've got a plumb line, it'd go through your earlobes, through your shoulders, through your hips, behind your knees, and slightly in front of your ankles. If you've got that alignment, you should be balanced and your muscles aren't having to work overly hard. It's when you start to sway out of that, if you bring yourself forward, you'll start to feel things having to work on the back line. If you go backwards, you'll see your anterior muscles trying to pull you back into position. So find that mid position, lengthen through the neck. From there, let's have a little roll down, so both hands come up. Breath in, breath out. Chin on chest, rolling forwards. Allow your knees to bend if you want to a little bit. Drop the arms down to the floor. Feel the weight towards the front of your feet. Tuck yourself in as tight as you can. Look between those knees. And then slowly come back up. Drawing in through your tummy. That's controlling that pelvis back up into our neutral position. Last one, down we go. Drop the chin on the chest. You're in bend of the knees, sliding forwards, reaching down. And gently coming back up, bit by bit by bit by bit by bit. Opening up, dropping the shoulders down, drawing in through your tummy. from that perfect posture, let's have a nice deep breath in. And out, down through the middle. Breathing in as we go up. Grabbing that air. And exhaling it out. Well done, folks. Hope you enjoyed that session. It's good every now and again to just think about what we're doing on the floor and how that affects us in a more functional position, i.e. standing. So, working that core to keep us in the middle, we're stretching out the legs, we're bending the legs, it's all appropriate, yeah? So, it's good to throw it in once every now and again. The next class we'll be doing a little bit more aerobic-y things. So if people have seen some of the HIIT sessions, it'll be taking some of their moves, some squats, some lunges into the standing class. So similar sort of thing, but just with a few tweaks. Hope to see you then. Stay safe, stay well,